Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live streamed interview. I hope you can see me and you can hear me. Say yes in the chat box if you can hear me properly and see me properly. Can somebody say yes in the chat box, please, when you see and hear me? Thank you, guys. Welcome to this live Facebook streaming. Today I'm going to interview my coaches, Ace and Rich Gusman. People who already know them, they don't need any introduction. But for the people who don't know them, Ace and Rich Gusman are a power couple, and their embarking journey begins at Motel 6. Ace and Rich Gusman, the dynamic power couple, have transferred a remarkable path from adversity to an online 7-figure success. Rising from the ashes and setbacks and losing everything, they merged as a beacon of inspiration. Let's welcome Ace and Rich Gusman. Thank you, guys, for being here.
Thank you so much.
Can you hear us okay?
Yes, everything is okay. The weather is a little bit bad, so the internet is sometimes a little hesitating, but I hope it's going to be okay. So we don't give any debts. So welcome. Nice to be here. And thank you for doing this for our group. And can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
So basically, thank you for the opportunity. Jessica, we've seen you grow. We're your coaches and mentors as well. And Rich and I, we care about people so much that we want to see them succeed. And we spend a great deal of time with our students, like you guys see with Jessica. You guys
more than the ones out there, huh?
Thank you.
Multiple ones out there we care about, but we turn it into a big family. But to tell you a little bit about, where we started, I can tell you that it was a deep, dark time in our lives where, we were working, we had jobs, and, Rich was in a different, time in his life where he was dealing with some personal problems. And at the same time, he was a top earner with another program. And I never knew who he was. And I was a single mom living in New Jersey. And I had my son, Angel, and I was living with my parents. And at the same time, I was involved with a MLM company. And I didn't really do too well with it, and I had a terrible mindset. So before I became Coach Ace, it was like Anastasia, I was just her. And then all of a sudden, like, this guy introduced Rich to me, and he passed away on Friday. We just laid him to rest today. His name is Robert Irizarry. But if it wasn't for him, I would not be with this man. And our lives would never have changed. We went through an incredible journey together. We went from homelessness, and we lived in a Motel 6 for a little bit, and we had our son with us at the time. And things got really bad for us because we had to find our jobs, get more hours, make little pay. It just was really like scraping by. Internet marketing came into my lap when Rich shared with me how much I was doing things wrong. And he said to me, Ace, I see you trying to really make something of yourself with YouTube, with MySpace. Yeah, MySpace. MySpace at the time. The old technology. And he saw me doing interviews similar like what you're doing. I started this a long time ago myself. And he saw a talent, but he also saw that there needed to be some coaching. And he said, yeah, you need to learn to do internet marketing. Now, I have all the training and everything, but I'm not going to give it to you. I want you to earn it. So I was like, damn, okay. So he taught me internet marketing. I became Rich's protege. And the more and more he shared with me about his knowledge about internet marketing, we started branching out into high-ticket affiliate marketing. And we learned that high-ticket affiliate marketing was the way to go because that's how you could make big bucks, in record time. And you don't have to sell so much like you do in network marketing to be able to make thousands. And this didn't dawn upon me until I made my first sale, when Rich was like, here's what I want you to do. And Rich was like, you're going to have a blog, and on your blog, you're going to put a PayPal button, and you're going to charge for your your time and you're going to coach. You're going to share exactly what you know about network marketing. And I want you to try this out. I got my first client to pay me $1,000 on my blog.
Wow.
And I was like, you,
She didn't believe it. She didn't
I
believe
couldn't
it.
believe it.
She didn't believe it.
And
She
the-
was like,
and the
"Oh, I know
more-
I didn't buy."
Yeah. The more this was being done, he was like, you see how this works? I said, I want to learn more. Take me under your wing. Teach me all that you know. I want to learn more. So, you know, the journey with the Motel 6 thing was really hard for us. At the same time, we were trying to build a business. Our families wouldn't give us, you know, the place that we needed to stay. We had our kid with us. We actually got robbed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We got robbed living in a place. We were sleeping on the floor. It was bad. But what really changed things was we found an opportunity, and he found an opportunity, didn't tell me about it. And when he found the opportunity, he paid $1. Even if it's $1, I still want to know. And so he put the $1 in and he said, "Hon, we just joined the business." I said, "What business? We're already involved in other things. What is this now?" And he told me about it. And then I got to meet the owner, and, you know, we became good friends. We were talking. And then all of a sudden I found out how much we were able to earn in commissions if we do very well with it. And I said, I'm going to make it a goal. I'm going to be the first top female earner in this company. I'm going to be #1. Watch. And I said that, and I spoke that out into existence. And I said, this is going to happen. And Rich was like, yeah, I'm with you. Let's make it happen. So the first week we started training, we started learning all the, you know, the training that was involved. And within our first 15 weeks, we did over $42,000 with that opportunity.
Wow.
I know. That's exactly what happened with us. We were just like, whoa, this is crazy, you know? And then more and more sales started coming in, like on autopilot, and we weren't doing much. All we did was just stay consistent with putting content out there and creating content. And this was content that people were looking for.
But as people always say this,
Yep.
all good things must come to an end. So we had to, you know, really put our skill sets together.
Yeah.
And continue to, you know, create our own offers. We had to look for other offers as well.
Yeah.
Out there to sell, because once you have the skill sets, you can sell anything. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I learned from my mentor in the past, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Because companies do change, people change, the market changes.
True.
So you always have to be, you know, like, you always have to be like on guard always.
Keep your emotions at bay, because you can't get emotionally attached to the disappointments that are going to happen. That's what you taught me.
Don't get emotional. Don't get married to a company. Like,
yeah,
you got to be thinking about a bit, you know, you're a business owner, and you have to have that mindset of, like, make sure that you look at what's coming in your business. Are you profitable? And why are you not profitable? So we focused on that more. Even with the changes that was going on, I saw what was happening. And so we started selling other offers, you know, on top of that main offer.
Yep. Yeah. But I know you got questions for us, so I don't want to like spoil it or anything.
I want to thank you for the great introduction, and I love your story. And yes, I have some questions for you. And what inspired you both to start a career as coaching and mentoring?
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? We got sick and tired of the way people were being treated.
We didn't like the way other people who were bringing to our attention how the industry itself was like leaving them high and dry, and everything that they put into it, all their investment, they thought that they were going to get what they were promised, and they were not.
No.
And it took an opportunity where we went to a live event, and a gentleman came out. He was a guest, came out and approached us and said, "Do you guys offer coaching?" We were like, "No, we're affiliates." We didn't even have the idea or think about, no, we don't offer coaching. He was like, "Well, I'll tell you what, when you're ready to do it, let me know."
So more and more people were asking us the same question, and we're like, you know what? We're gonna have to create our own coaching program.
That's the universe talking.
And we didn't rush into it right away, right? You know, we thought about it, and one day I was driving, you know, it was a Camaro with the top down, and I had an idea of like, what is it that people are not doing that they should be doing when they get, you know, like when these people supposedly coach them. So we said, everybody pays like 10 grand to go for a weekend somewhere and do something for like coaching. I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to do something a little bit different. It just came out. I was like, okay, it'll be 6 months. We'll be training on this, and this. And it just came out like crazy. we started mapping everything out. We started putting things together, and we put a webinar together, and we had a launch, and we did over $50,000 in our first week.
But let me tell you, it wasn't that easy, because when on the day of the launch, we sent so many invitations, and people were, we registered over 40 people. Okay, we registered 40 people to come to the webinar. 25 of them showed up because Zoom was working, but Facebook actually went down that day.
That day,
you guys remember when Facebook went down that day? That was the day of our launch.
Yeah.
And when Facebook went down, it was like, oh, we got to do something. We need a backup plan. So quick on our feet, we had to think, Zoom, let's go to all the registered and send them a personal email saying, guys, even though Facebook is down, we're still going to have the webinar. You can still come. And they showed up. And all 25 in the room was closed.
Wow.
Awesome.
Great, guys. You are great coaches. I am also a coaching client of you, and almost everything I know about affiliate marketing I learned from you two. So I'm very thankful for that. I have another question. Can you share a significant challenge you faced in your journey and how you overcome it?
Well,
lots of challenges.
I faced my first challenge right when I met you.
The very first challenge was when you met me.
Yeah, I lost my business because it closed down, and
he was doing great. He was making 6 figures cash all the time. Yep.
And what happened was, when the company got shut down, all my income went away. So I had to go back to work to the same building, the same boss, and I had to swallow my pride. Luckily, at that time I was making a lot of money. I already had investments going on. Like, I started investing in coaching, right? So I had my own personal coach. I flew to California, spent 3 days with him. And I'm glad I did, because when I went back to work, I broke sales records at my job because something shifted in me. It wasn't the fact that I was an internet marketer. It was the fact that the person I became shifted my perspective about business. And I literally became like the #1 seller in the region, not the area of like the state or the East Coast, the whole region of Best Buy. I became one of the best sellers. So that really was something else, and it really made me realize that, after overcoming that challenge, if you invest in yourself and you really taking it real seriously, if you want to change, you can change. You know what I mean? And that was a big challenge for me, because that's what led us to be homeless, is losing my income. You know what I mean? And having nowhere to stay. That was a major problem. So like I said, I swallowed my pride, went back to work, and from there I told my boss, well, I'm only gonna be here probably, temporarily. So I was there 4 years, another 4 years from the first 4 years. And then we worked it really, really hard, and we made it happen. And from there, you left your job first, and then I decided to leave. I stayed an extra year. I could have left a year earlier, but I just want to create more capital, And from there, it just started working out great. But even after that, we faced challenges. Even not too long ago, we faced challenges. So you might be asking, like, how do you guys do it? How do you guys continue to press on and still do what you do and have the results?
Yeah.
Because we always see the outcome, even when there's challenges in front of us.
Yes.
And it's easy to be lazy.
Yes.
It's easy not to do the thing that you're supposed to do for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's easier to do something for somebody else because you have no other choice. But it's harder to make a decision for yourself, to muster up the inspiration, the motivation to continue to be consistent with yourself, right? So for us, even the most recent challenges that we had, with the last company we were in, that we just decided to step down, is that we had to pretty much start all over again, even though, but because of our skill sets and because of our drive,
we knew we could get
our
back
determination,
on that. Yes.
We said, you know what? Besides the coaching, I want to find another offer that can help people, but it has to really line up with our core values.
Absolutely.
And it has to really, truly be designed so it does help people like the way that we do. And, and we found that, and we kept focusing on that, and we kept building it. And people come because of not only the skill sets that we've gained over the years, but being real and transparent out there to the marketplace.
Yes.
Right? So don't feel like you have to be, this guru, because you really don't.
Right.
We don't like gurus. We
Right.
really don't.
And you definitely, like our coach and mentor, Greg, would say, don't paint your life like it's rosy. When you know there's shit going on in your life, just tell people about the shit.
Yeah.
I know, Greg.
It's true. No, it's true.
It's so true.
Because as an entrepreneur, no entrepreneur is not going to face challenges. And they're not going to face challenges one time. It's going to happen more than once.
Right.
So you got to be headstrong, and you always in your mind's eye have to see the outcome of the result while your life looks shitty in that moment. Yes. And that's how we overcome those challenges. That's how we overcome those problems and the things that we face. And that's the best way that I can think.
Great to know. And the second question is, what are your key components, in your opinion, for effective personal development?
Key components is focusing on certain mentors that you could resonate with. For me, I'm more of an audio person, being a musician for so many years. I read sometimes, but the majority of the time, I do audiobooks or videos, and I listen to different mentors, and like, it has to resonate with me. If it doesn't, I'm just not going to bother. You know what I mean? I don't want to just open up a book that says, okay, this is the best book to read because everybody else says so. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, and if it resonates with me and it speaks to me, then I'm going to definitely dive right in. Like, there's a book called Magnetic Sponsoring that really changed my life, and that's from Mike Dillard.
Oh, yes.
And I don't read, but that one I read. I don't know why. Yeah, because it's so good. It's so good that every year I have to read it.
And we make it a requirement for whenever we enroll a new student or a partner of our program. We say, hey, for mindset, get this book. We always tell them, get the Magnetic Sponsoring book, read it from cover to cover, keep it out in the open, so that way you need to refer to it whenever you need to, because that book will always put you back on track.
Yeah, like when I read that book for the first time, because of course I was struggling at that time in the very beginning when I first started in 2008 before I met you in 2010. What happened was I was just like figuring out what is wrong with me. I was blaming myself. And I realized that I just didn't really have the right mentor. I wasn't really listening to the right people. So when I got this book, I read it, it talked about the reason why you're not having success and the reason why you're not making sales is because you haven't become that person that people want to follow. And that was an eye-opener for me, because I was irresponsible. I was in the metal band. I was partying. I was hanging out with chicks. I was drinking. I was like, touring. I was, I was like, I was not the responsible type of guy.
You're a rebel.
Okay, I was a rebel. I would play hooky from work. You know what I mean? So like I was bad. So you got to think about this. So when I read the book, it said, well, the reason why you're not successful is because you have not become that type of person that people want to follow. So what do you mean by that? Well, you got to really put yourself out there. You have to have that posture that you are the leader, that you believe in yourself, because when you're not responsible, that means you don't believe in yourself. And that's an ugly word, right? Responsibility. So but it's true. People don't like that word, but they don't want to be responsible for themselves. They'll be responsible for a boss, but they won't be responsible for themselves. It's psychological, right? So when we learn to be more responsible for ourselves, and we learn to actually make a decision for ourselves and say, you know what? I want to change. I want to become a new person. Because in order for me to attract abundance and business in my life, I need to make sure that I'm not that same person I am right now. Or I'm going to keep getting the same thing that I've gotten if I don't change. So from there, reading the book, understanding that there are two types of people. There are people that are always hunting, but there are also people who are the hunted. The people that become the hunted are the ones that put the work in to learn the skill sets, to become a master of their craft, and share it and distribute the knowledge, so you become the authority in the marketplace. And when you're the authority in the marketplace, people respect you, they like you, they trust you, and they buy from you with credit card in hand.
That's right.
Okay? So if you really look at it that way, and people are blinded by the industry, because when they come in, they go, oh, I got to make money. Oh, I got to make money. Well, yeah, of course you got to make money. That's why you're here. But slow your roll. This is a whole new ballgame.
It's true.
You just went from a job to an entrepreneur.
That's right.
You have to change everything you ever thought about, the way you thought about money.
Everything, yeah.
Okay, it doesn't work the same way. It's about investing in yourself. The more that you invest in yourself, the more you're going to gain, the more knowledge you're going to have, the more of that person that becomes attractive to the marketplace you become. And then people start to seek you out because you took the time to do that, and they respect you for that. Because you said, you know what? I made a decision to change my life. I made a decision to invest in myself. I made a decision to, learn these skill sets, not knowing what's going to happen. People are going to look at you and go, I respect that person because they took the time to really care about themselves enough to do that and put the time into it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's attractive.
I understand that. Yes.
That's attractive. And if people understand that,
yes,
they'll make a lot more money.
They will.
Yeah.
Thank you to be honest on this question. I put a link for the book in the comments so people can buy it. I also read it, and it's a great book. I read it, I think, 5 or 6 times now. And every time I read it again, I see a new hidden secret in it.
Yes, yes. That's why every year I have to read it. I have to read it every year.
And that there's always something else happening in your life, what's coming through in the book. So everybody read the book. In the comments is the link. You can order it, and it's a very great book. My next question is, could you tell us about one of your most memorable success stories of someone you have coached?
Yes. We have many. I can tell you about the first one. The first one was really, really important because it was the gentleman, Adam Shelton.
Yeah, well, no,
he hired us for coaching.
Right, but officially, Karen, we helped.
We helped.
Right.
Yeah.
We did help.
Yeah.
And that's just the coaching.
Yeah.
And we helped her make almost $80,000.
Yeah.
And she never made any money online ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
She was she's a mother, wife, 2 kids,
And the reason why we bring this up, I'm gonna tell you why, is because even after making $80,000, when she had a challenge, she jumped to the other side because the grass is greener. And she never made any more money ever.
She didn't continue.
Because she didn't continue her journey.
Yes.
She wanted to be easy. She wanted to be easy.
She wanted to be easy. She didn't want to put in the work that was required. She was almost to 100 grand, really. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Your choice.
That's the thing. You have to understand there are many, many new affiliate marketers out there that will run into this challenge where they have to choose, is it going to be your entrepreneurship and you're going to do it for life, or are you doing it for a season?
Yeah.
Because some people will pick it and just do it for a season, get what they want to get and get out.
Yep.
We are doing it for life because we have people that want growth. They want continued success. They want more.
Yeah.
And if they want more, they have to do more. They have to become more.
Which leads into the next person.
Yes. Adam. So this guy named Adam, he came to us, and he was the one that I was just opening up about that said, when you guys are ready to do something, let me know. He was struggling. He thought he was doing everything right, but he just couldn't break. He couldn't have his breakthrough. And plus he had his own personal challenges at home. So this was also playing a role in his mindset. And we knew this soft-spoken author, he's an author of children's books. So he's like, I can write books. I've got talent. I can write, but I just can't get this internet marketing click.
Yeah.
We spent a great deal of time with him. We worked everything with him from mindset, transformation to skill set. And one of the things that he learned from us that he's doing today successfully as a 7-figure earner right now, he learned video marketing.
Yeah.
You see, you learn all these different tactics and strategies, but the skill set is what's going to pay you for life once you master it. So he started mastering video marketing. He said, I can do video, even though he was shy and soft-spoken and really wasn't great on video. He was spending time and investing that time to master the skill sets of video marketing strategies.
Yeah.
So he built his YouTube channel. I ran a challenge for him and a whole bunch of people in our Facebook group. And I said, we're going to do a 30-day video challenge. The one that's going to win this prize, okay, has to qualify by doing 30 consistent videos every day without fail. And I'm going to train you on what to do, and you're going to do it. So we taught everything from thumbnail creation to teaching him about the scripts, teaching him how to open, close, everything, right? SEO optimization, everything was there in place. This guy, still to this day, is still doing one video a day.
I know.
And you know what?
Consistent.
I told Adam, I said, Adam, I don't want you to stop here.
Yeah.
I want you to continue on.
Yeah.
And start, learning from other mentors as well. If that's what you want to do, if that's your passion, if that's the direction you want to go, I told him what to do. And I mean, he's done better. I mean, because in the beginning, his mindset wasn't there. And I said, don't worry about what you think is possible or not possible. I want you to think about, like, you see us and you see us do great and everything, but you don't know if you can surpass us. And you know what? He did.
He did.
And I tell you, coaches love it when they see their students just explode. Beyond what they've done. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a humbling experience.
Yes.
But it's also, you feel proud.
Yes.
You feel really,
So it's
really proud for what he
what's
did.
great about our baby, we say our baby. He actually was able to fire his boss. He left on good terms, and now he does internet marketing full time. And he actually got contracts where other influencers want him to promote their services and products. So he can do partnerships now, JVs. He's capable of doing these things. So yeah, we're very proud of him.
Yeah, he's doing awesome.
I'm following Adam, so I think he is with 4,700 videos now, so it's a long time ago, but I'm following Adam also, so I totally know what you're talking about.
We're not done. And we have Jessica.
We have Jessica.
Jessica also has some mindset issues in the very beginning. Right? And she
brace yourself.
And she has evolved. But see, the thing about it is I knew, like, immediately that she had a lot of potential. Yeah. A lot of potential.
Definitely.
And she just needed the right coaching and guidance because she wasn't getting the right teacher.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So now we see her get results. Now she's making sales.
And she's consistent.
Now she's consistent. Now she's growing her business.
Absolutely.
Now she's learned the truth about marketing. Right?
Even the challenges.
Even the challenges.
Yes.
Right? Entrepreneurship.
That's it.
And now the consistency starts coming where the results are coming a little bit more frequent, right? Because once you know this stuff and once you put it into action, it's almost like mystical. People actually start to find you. Yeah. Start to know you. They're like, nah, it's not about that girl. I don't know what it is, but that's Jessica. I mean, I gotta work with her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, thank you.
But that's the thing though, right? That when you make that decision, when you invest in yourself and you go through the skill sets and you learn and you take action, right?
Yes.
And I look what she's doing. Yeah. Right? She's doing amazing.
And she needed that extra nudge because, like, at first she came to me in one of our sessions and I remember her saying, what's it going to take for me to be a coach? And I said, I'm glad you asked because, you can start coaching. You've taken enough time to invest into yourself. You've gone through all the webinars, seminars, trainings. We can see you moving around and we see that we don't want to keep you contained as just some affiliate marketer. We want to see you become that coach, The
truth of the matter is we saw her as a coach when we first started working with him because we saw how fast she learned. Yep. We saw how fast she took action. Yes. And there was just something about her, like, she's got it. You know what I mean? Like, she just automatically knew she had it. Mm-hmm. And but the problem in the very beginning was understanding if she believed in it, even though we believed in it. Right. Right.
She has to believe it.
She believed in it. Yeah. One day it just hit her. She's like, oh my God.
It clicked. Yeah.
Right. And not to say you guys can't do the same thing because you can.
Oh yeah.
You just have to really want it bad enough.
Yes.
And you have to really invest the time, effort, and money Okay.
It requires
Because you have to invest in your skill sets.
Yes.
There's no shortcuts, guys.
No,
okay?
there really isn't.
That's why we're proud of. She's also a great student of ours.
She's just another success story. We want to pile as many success stories as we can, and that's one of the things that I encourage everybody who are marketers is look for your next success story.
Yep.
Because that is what also boosts up your credibility as well as for the person that you're working with as well in your program.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for the great compliment, guys. I love it. I'm a little bit shy about it. you make me a little bit.
No, we mean it. We mean that.
We really do.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I grow a lot in the last 2 years, thanks of you. So yes, it's totally true. But I didn't think it was mentioned in this conversation. So for me, it's a little, that moment. Thank you. I have one last question, not the last one, but I have another question. What tips do you have for new entrepreneurs when they are starting with an online business?
Okay. You want to do this one first?
So as far as tips, I can tell you it's going to start with mindset shifting. Just like Rich was talking about, is you have to shift from the employee mindset of being used to being told what to do, right? And waiting for a deadline and things like that. And then, you have this, like you're back against the wall kind of a feeling because your boss is breathing over your shoulder, to shifting to self-employed entrepreneurship. You are the one that's going to work harder because you got to prove it to yourself. You don't have a boss telling you what to do anymore. This is for you. So now you call the shots. You're the one that has the pen that writes the numbers on your blank paycheck. You're the one that's going to be in control of what vacation time you want to take. You're the one in control when you take that laptop computer with you and you want to go work in Denmark or the Netherlands or somewhere in Hawaii or anywhere. You want to make sure you have a strong internet connection because you control what you do.
Yep, absolutely.
That mindset requires you to do a lot of reading and a lot of immersing yourself in the industry as a student.
And we don't mean like read a whole Bible, like a personal development in one day. I recommend like 30 minutes a day.
30 minutes.
Because you want to keep your brain fresh. Right?
Yeah.
And then another thing you could do is like, you're brand new, you're just getting started, and you're learning skill sets, right? You're learning like, how do I, build an audience, and how do I engage with the audience, and how do I sell? These 3 basic principles is that, allow yourself time to study, right? Open up a, go to like any office store or any store that sells like a notepad, right? Like physical, literally. I'm saying physical, not digital, physical. And
pen to paper.
Like you would punch in for work, punch in for your time of your studying.
Yes.
And say, I'm going to study for like an hour, right? And then punch in your activity time of action taking of what you learned.
Yeah, this is something we taught Jessica, and I think she showed it in the group.
Yeah, you want to hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
Don't forget, because you have a job.
Right.
You're coming home, you're tired. Right? And I remember when I came home, 14-hour days, 12 on average, but 14 hours sometimes. And I would come home and I would be tired. I knew I only had 2 hours. I had a 2-hour window before I go, right? So what did I do? I go, okay, I got to do my email marketing. I got to take care of that. And then I got to make sure I get my advertising started. I had 2 hours for that.
Yeah.
So I had my emails going out the night before. So that went while I was at work, people were reading the emails.
Yeah, you were creating leverage. So like if you have a full-time job or 2 jobs, the best thing to do is leverage your time. If you can do it the night before or get up a little earlier, you can get it done. That way it's not stressing you out, make sure your important tasks that are top priority, like email marketing and driving traffic, are done before you go to work.
I wasn't supposed to do this at work, but I would look at my numbers and I'm like, I got some sales coming in. Oh, nice, right? So but I'm gonna, real quick, I would just, open it up real quick in the it was one of those Lenovo pads real quick. I was like, oh, okay, good, awesome, right?
Yeah.
But it would happen automatically throughout the day.
Yes.
So I had things scheduled out.
And the tools are important to have. It's like what we share with Jessica. you must have the tools in place to do the automation,
Yes.
because that will leverage your time tremendously.
Oh, yes. Oh,
you know, gone are the days of manual emailing. You know, for us marketers, we don't rely on regular Gmail and free email accounts. We use autoresponders.
You know,
one
of our mentors taught us, like, we should be broadcasting every single day. And we looked at the numbers, and then we looked at automation.
Yeah.
And we thought the numbers really weren't that different. If anything, we saw automation do a little bit better.
Yes.
Might be a little bit more advanced, but like tagging, right? But I will tell you that with the automation, you should pay close attention to it, because if you have a job and you're building your business on the side, the automation is going to be for you.
Yes.
Okay. But without getting too deep into this, I want you to think about 3 basic principles. You're going to always focus on building, engaging, and selling.
Yes.
Building, engaging, and selling. And with those 3 pillars, you're learning the skill sets for each one.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
And if you stay there, you won't get overwhelmed. You won't get confused.
Yes.
And you'll stay on track. Because one of the problems that we see is a lot of people get overwhelmed. There's so many ways to build a business,
and they get scattered.
So our tip to you is don't try to do everything.
Stay in your lane.
Stay with those 3 pillars.
Yep.
Build, engage, and sell.
BES.
Okay. Very good.
Nice. Thank you for asking this question. And now with this question, you already asked my next question. My next question was, what advice do you have to maintain a healthy work-life balance? But you already answered that question. So one of my last questions is, are there any books or resources that have greatly influenced your coaching methods? So do you have some books and resources you can advise to the audience to read and to listen?
Oh man.
We already have Mike Dillard. I already put that in the
comments. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Maybe you have another one you can advise?
Yeah. Influence, the Power of Persuasion.
Robert Cialdini.
Psychological.
Yes.
I'll put that one also in the comments. I totally know that.
Yes, it's called Influence. Yep. That's a bestseller.
The other one is I learned a lot through podcasting.
Yes.
I love Valuetainment.
Valuetainment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's with Pat Bet David.
Patrick Bet.
Yeah, they call him Pat Bet David.
Yeah.
Patrick Bet David.
Yeah, Patrick Bet David.
He's wonderful and a great influencer and a businessman.
Yeah.
Great entrepreneur. We learn a lot from him.
The other one. Oh my God. This was a good one. We went to the 4-hour work week.
Honestly, for these guys, because
but hold on.
The 4-hour work week is by Tim Ferriss.
I'm just talking what I did.
And this is what you've read.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
Yeah.
And I read this years ago. And it talks about like the one thing.
Yeah, I was going to get into that.
Yeah.
When it was my turn to talk, I was going to tell them about that one.
Go ahead.
The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson.
Slight
Edge is a really great book. You can get it on audio or you can get it physical. I have it physical, and I liked it because, at that point when you think you're doing everything and you're about to give up, you have to understand that there's a process to this whole thing that you must trust. And the Slight Edge talks about how to find where that slight edge comes in. They say after all the challenges you get, you want to throw in the towel and you're about to have a breakdown. But that's the point where you're about to have a breakthrough.
Yep.
If you push past that.
Get uncomfortable.
Get uncomfortable.
When you don't feel like doing it, you still do it.
Then you still do it anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I know the moment. I had it. I've been there. I totally know the moment. The moment you think I quit is the moment you have to be consistent, and then it's coming to you. Like I told you a couple of weeks ago by chat, it was a really breakthrough, that moment. I totally know it.
It's that moment where you do a little more than you normally wouldn't do. That brings that edge over the rest, and you get the results, right?
Yes.
And then another book that really changed my life was The Compound Effect.
Darren Hardy.
Wow. That was another guy, man.
We had our son read that book.
Yeah, it talks about how the things that you do daily, little by little, compound over time.
Even though you don't see the result right away.
It's kind of like the roots underneath the ground that you don't see.
Yes.
Right? And you see a little thing poke up, you're like, what's that? Right? But you got all this stuff going on underneath, right?
Yes.
Right? And, or even the analogy about the iceberg, right? You don't see nothing on the top, there's so much ice underneath, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the compound effect was an example about also about money, like the penny, like how it can compound over time and make you a lot of money.
Yeah.
So about exercise, if you do like a little bit each day, how that could over time help your health. And it doesn't take much, just a little bit each day.
And don't neglect this guy, Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, when we were going through our ordeal, he got us through a lot because we listened to him on the car. And we turned our car into a moving university.
Yes, we did.
And we kept listening every single time on those long drives or those long air flights, and listening to Jim Rohn in our ear. And I think it's the your first year in network marketing. That's what it's called, your first year in network marketing. If you go to YouTube and you Google that or YouTube it, you'll find him talking about different lessons on mindset. And it's absolutely essential because, Jim Rohn is a network marketer, but a lot of his principles today, even other affiliate marketers have found gold, and value for what he's saying from those early principles. They still apply to today, no matter what.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So that's something that you also want to add to your intellectual capital.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will do that, and I will put it all in the comments so people can download it or click on the link and see what you're talking about. You answered all my questions, so thank you. Is there something you want to share with us about you two, or do I have to ask the audience if they have questions for you?
I mean, if they got questions, we can hang out a little bit, and they want something that they've been struggling with for a while that they wanted to ask, Ace and Rich, by all means do so,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will watch if there are questions right now.
We do this all the time, Jessica. It's like, we're not scripted here, guys. Like, we've been doing this for so long, and we threw ourselves down the cliff and build our parachute on the way down. We've always been like that. And we do this show called The Hot Seat for so many years. Jessica can tell you. And that's all we do is answer people's questions. That's all we do is answer people's questions. And the more and more we learn as leaders, and like I was telling you, Jessica, the more you up your game with your skills, the more questions are going to come about. You're going to be able to learn from yourself and be able to provide content, and be able to share.
Well, you learn a lot. You learn a lot from teaching as well.
You teach it, you learn it, you do it. That's why we say learn to teach.
Right,
I see a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
the question is coming in. What is your goal to live in AM, or what you like to make in a year with AM?
Okay, so AM, you're basically affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is a niche.
Right.
It's a niche, and there are many niches out there, except our niche is diversified with, financial education, investing, in that realm. So the more we learn about affiliate marketing, it will begin to teach us how it's evolving over the years. Like, we're in 2023 right now, 2024, 2025 and beyond. 5 years from now, affiliate marketing is going to stay, but it's going to evolve.
Yeah,
it's evolving right now as we speak, actually.
As far as our goals, we look at income now a little bit differently.
Yes.
Instead of how much we look at how many income streams can we create.
Right. How many lives can we touch? How many, how many more six-figure earners can we create to, help them if they want to fire their boss? We want to be able to create stories like that. So it's about, really, our future is about finding the new story. The more stories we find, the more lives we touch, the more our name gets out there.
Yeah.
We become a household name. Like, if there was a recent event for the company that we're part of, and we were supposed to go, but I have a son that's autistic and he needs to be around, and he can't handle, live events like he used to. However, if me and Rich walked in that event, the room would just light up. And we were just like, you know what? It's okay. Let these guys have their time to shine. Right. Because we don't want to do that. We don't want to overshadow them.
I want to finish answering the other half of the question.
Yeah, sure.
So as far as what I was answering is, because they ask like how much you want to make, right? So,
how much you want to make?
So you want to look at, like, for us, we're looking at it as adding more income streams to our portfolio. Okay.
Multiple.
All right, because we've done 6, 7. So for us, it's pretty predictable.
It is.
So what we do now is we multiply that now. So we say, okay, how can we multiply, 6 figures, 7 figures, right? Things like that. And the way we're looking at it now is creating a system around what we do.
Yes.
Okay. So it can be your email marketing, your content, things like that. And it could be other affiliates, like software tools, things that you can add to your portfolio. Because all that is generating revenue. Yeah. All that is generating income as well.
White labels too.
Right. And what you'll find is that owners of companies, not all of them, some of them, they will take that commission for themselves. When affiliate marketing is not supposed to work that way.
No.
Affiliate marketing is supposed to work that you are the one that's supposed to earn all the commissions.
Yes.
If it's software, if it's autoresponder,
right.
If it's other income streams, so like funnel building, all that kind of stuff, right? You earn that commission. So once you start earning 6 figures with one, you can start adding another one, and then another one,
yes,
and another one. Because my coach taught me, Jeffrey, he said, never move to one other thing until you make 6 figures with
the first one.
Because you learn how to produce. And once you learn how to produce, you could double that production.
Yes, absolutely.
And not to say that you can't start adding like your AWeber, for example, to make extra income. You don't have to wait to earn 6 figures for that, because those are what we call other offers. Those are related to the main offer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. So, but that's how you create multiple streams of income. So for us, we're at the point now is that we have 5 different income streams. Our goal is to earn 20 different income streams.
Great goal.
That answer your.
Nice. I hope Chantal is happy with the answer. I get another question by Messenger in, and it's a question for Lisa. And Lisa is asking, how do you manage to write an email every day to your list?
Oh, I love this question.
Technology.
Thank goodness for technology.
Yeah.
So you know what, Lisa, I'm very glad you asked that question, because you can end up getting burned out if you don't know what to write. So I understand the frustration and the struggle. So what I do is I look for nonfiction stories, and I'll keep my eye out for nonfiction stories. Sometimes I'll find them in my newsfeed from the people that I follow that are friends of mine on Facebook, and they'll write about things that they've actually gone through in their own life and how they overcame that challenge or tribulation in their life. And then I'll take that story and I'll twist it with my knowledge of copywriting, and I'll be able to change it into a valuable business lesson. And I'll share it with my list, and my list will get value from it. Right. So when you want to do it every day, you got to find out what your schedule and your flow is going to be. For me personally, I can tell you with my list, I do 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Even though I live in Puerto Rico, I'm in Atlantic. Even though if you're in another country, Lisa, make sure that you target the East Coast around the morning hours between 8 and 11. Right, Jessica? Between 8 and 11. Now, if you don't know which one it's going to be and you've never done it before, then I say start with 8 o'clock, start broadcasting every day, do it for about a month. See if your list is responding. If they don't like 8 o'clock and it's too early for them, then move it to 10.
Yeah, look at your numbers.
You'll look at your numbers and you'll see. That's how you measure. Wait a minute, I got to find my sweet spot. My sweet spot is 11 a.m. So I would say to you, test it if you've never done it before between 8 and 11, and study nonfiction stories. If you're a book reader, Chicken Soup for the Soul is a good book by Stephen Covey. You can definitely pick that up, and you could start looking at those stories, how they're written, and get a general idea for a theme that you could do every single day to share with your list. Now, when you write content every day, it doesn't always have to be stories. Let me get this clear. You could also mix it up for a training. You could mix it up for, some kind of a masterclass that is coming up, and you want to promote that masterclass. Henceforth, like this webinar that we have, this interview right now. Jessica she can do something amazing and say, hey, I'm going to give you guys a bonus. If you guys show up to Ace and Rich's interview, I'm going to do this. And that will get your list to respond, and they'll go, okay, wow. So it's not just stories. You can also use it to promote your offers. Okay. So you got to mix it up, right? I like to always use the analogy, like when you go to a Chinese buffet, you want to look at the menu and there's like a little for everything.
Stop it. Making me hungry.
And make it fun. We make it fun. We make learning fun. If you enjoy the process, and listen, laugh at your mistakes. If you make a mistake, I mean, Jessica and I just had some laughs at some of her goofs, and I would share my goofs too.
I got goofs too.
We got lots of goofs.
Yeah, you just caught my goof the other day. You're like, hey, you misspelled affiliate. I'm like, oh.
He did. He did a video, and then I'm over there proofreading, right, Lisa? And then he forgot to put the A in affiliate. Now it just says affiliate. I'm like, Rich, you have to proofread your stuff before you put it up there.
See, we all make mistakes.
And we still got traffic.
We're imperfect. You know?
We are people, and people buy from people. That's a very important thing. People like to laugh about other people's mistakes because they see you are people if you make a mistake. It's not
you're human.
Don't make any mistakes. And that's my experience. So I don't see any questions anymore. So I want to thank you for this great interview. I will put the books in the comments. And I want to ask you something. Like I asked you before, is there a moment you want to give a training for my group for content creating?
Absolutely. Sure. We can definitely do something like that for you guys. You know, we like to, show up when there's a lot of people, that do show up because it makes it more fun and worthwhile learning experience. We can handle up to 25 guests, and, it'd be awesome to have that. And guys, content marketing, I can tell you, is going to be the key to getting yourselves out there, getting yourself branded, getting yourself, recognized as the authority. Even if you're brand new and you haven't even made a sale yet, you got to learn about what types of categories of content is going to grab people's attention, because that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for attention. Okay. And that's what you're doing against all other competitors. So we can definitely build a training masterclass on that for you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Now I want to thank you for the great interview. And do you have to say something to the audience before we leave?
If you guys want to connect with us, you can always follow our content. You can add us as a friend on Facebook. We're Ace and Rich. We're the one and only Ace and Rich. So if anybody's trying to pretend to be us, no. We have a YouTube channel as well, Ace and Rich Guzman on YouTube. So that's very easy to find. And we do our hot seat on Fridays. We do a live stream similar to this, except Rich and I are always live, and we have like this, living room style type of podcast ourselves. We've been doing it for 9 years, guys. So like all the questions that we have, if you have trouble in questions with your email marketing, your bridge page, your video marketing, maybe your mindset, you need some help, you need some advice. The husband is not supportive. The wife is not supportive. You want to ask Ace and Rich's advice? Ask us. We've been together for 13 years. We know.
I will put also a link under this video for your hot seat, so that people know where to go. Oh, I see. And maybe one last question come in.
Oh, that'd be great.
One moment, please. Oh, yes, I have a last question for you from Veronica. And the question is, what is the best advice when you want to make an online training for people to learn more about mindsets?
Ooh, very good one, Veronica.
Okay, so if you want to do a training for mindset, you have to practice what you preach. So whatever you're out there learning, so I'm assuming that you're out there studying mindset for a while, you want to definitely look at the bullet points, look at what they're talking about as far as like, the problems, because everything around mindset is around problems and then solutions, right? Just like it's marketing. So always find a way to solve a problem. I'll give an example. If someone is struggling with, their own belief system, right? A way to combat that is to tell them, I understand what you're going through. You actually have been struggling with your own belief systems. I've been there. And the reason why you struggle with your belief system is because of your past events. Your past events does not shape you in your current moment. The current moment you can actually cause a brain glitch and literally pause what's been holding you back. Now, the future, you can look to the future and create a vision, and you can look at an outcome, and that's great and everything, but always the future is speculative, right? It's not even here yet. I mean, we could have like the earth blow up tomorrow. We don't even know, right? So it's speculative. But the past events cause us to cause disbeliefs in our current event, in our current state of being. So when we actually make a decision and go, you know what? I'm in a current state right now. I'm not in the past. I'm not in the future. I'm right here in the present moment now. What could I do in this moment to actually change my circumstances? That's huge what I just shared with you, right? And people don't really understand that. They don't know that. But when I tell them that, they get tripped up in their brain and go, oh yeah, well, I'm not there anymore. So why am I thinking like that still? I'm not there anymore. So why do I have these same thoughts going on in the current moment? It's because you're not realizing that you're in the current moment. Because if you realize that you're in the current moment, you would realize the past and you would realize the future. Right? It's a little mind trip, isn't it? But stuff like that, simple things that you can help someone overcome those challenges is the best way. And it doesn't have to be this crazy 5-step video process. It can be one simple video of a course.
It can be.
You know? You know, but lay out a few steps in that one video.
And remember, if you're going to be doing a training, it's got to lead into some kind of a sale. You never want to waste your time. If you're going to spend that kind of time to offer free value, there's nothing wrong with trying to sell on the back end. That was the whole premise.
It could be a bonus.
It could be a bonus.
It could be a mindset bonus.
Yeah, you know, a coaching session with you, you know, on mindset. If you're a life, you know, a life coach, if that's what you are, Veronica, and you can actually do something like that, you could say, you know, first 5 action takers, I've got a special offer for you. Here's an early bird deal, right? Get my coaching, right? And then map it out.
If you're studying that, if you're really, really, really into it and you're passionate about it, and we tell this to everybody, even Adam, like if you're passionate about going towards that direction,
that's right.
Yeah, life coaching is going to be really good for you. I know with life coaching, I've studied that before too. You know, they also, you can talk about circumstances. People have certain circumstances, but don't let their circumstance dictate what the outcome could be. Right? Or how they're thinking in the present.
That's right.
Right? Those circumstances, you have 2 things that are happening. You're not in control of those circumstances because there are circumstances out of your control. So why dwell on something that you have no control over? Your circumstances.
And keep this in mind too, you know, we're coaches ourselves. If it wasn't for listening to Jim Rome about this, like we live by this model, you're no longer getting paid by the hour. You're getting paid by the value you bring to the hour.
Bingo.
I'll say that pretty much ends it right there.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Again, I will watch if there is another question I missed before somebody think I don't read it. But what's this one? Yes, we have this one. No, there are no further questions anymore by Messenger. And sorry, guys, if I missed somebody, you can also send them to Ace and Rich on the hot seats. And when is the hot seat?
Hot seat's going to be Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. Thank you, guys. And thank you for this great interview. And when we're ready and we know when it's possible, I will contact you for the content training.
Yep.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody.
Nice.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for having us, guys.
Thanks. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks.